Greensburg, Indiana. Greensburg is a city in Decatur County, Indiana, United States. The population was counted at 11,492 at the 2010 census. The city is the county seat of Decatur County. Greensburg was laid out in 1822. The founder's wife being a native of Greensburg, Pennsylvania, caused the name to be selected. The first post office at Greensburg opened in 1823, but the name of the post office was spelled Greensburg until 1894. At the beginning of the 20th century, race relations in Greensburg worsened, leading to the expulsion of African Americans from the city after race riots against them in 1906 and 1907. According to James W. Lowen, Greensburg then was for decades a sundown town, a town that was purposely all white. The Bromwell Wire Works, Decatur County Courthouse, Greensburg Carnegie Public Library, Greensburg Downtown Historic District, Bright B. Harris House, German School, and Knights of Pythias Building and Theater are listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The Decatur County Courthouse in Greensburg is known for a tree which grows from the top of the courthouse tower, giving Greensburg its nickname, Tree City. There have been one or more trees growing continually since the first tree was noticed in the early 1870s. Later, other small trees appeared on the clock tower. County officials were initially concerned that the trees would cause damage to the roof, and a steeplejack was hired in the 1880s to remove some of them. 2 trees were left, with one ultimately growing to a height of nearly 15 feet. By the time it died, another tree had appeared. Today, there are 2 trees on the tower. During a recent tree trimming, a piece of the tree was examined by several Purdue University foresters and they positively identified the tree as a mulberry tree. According to the 2010 census, Greensburg has a total area of 9.315 square miles, of which 9.27 square miles is land and 0.045 square miles is water. As of the census of 2010, there were 11,492 people, 4,661 households, and 2,927 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,239.7 inhabitants per square mile. There were 5,185 housing units at an average density of 559.3 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 96.1% white, 0.4% African American, 0.2% Native American, 1.3% Asian, 0.9% from other races, and 0.9% from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 2.4% of the population. There were 4,661 households, of which 32.5% had children under the age of 18 living with him, 44.2% were married couples living together, 13.8% had a female householder with no husband present, 4.8% had a male householder with no wife present, and 37.2% were non-families. 31.5% of all households were made up of individuals and 13.2% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.38 and the average family size was 2.98. The median age in the city was 37 years. 25% of residents were under the age of 18, 8.6% were between the ages of 18 and 24, 26.4% were from 25 to 44, 24.5% were from 45 to 64, and 15.6% were 65 years of age or older. The gender makeup of the city was 47.9% male and 52.1% female. As of the census of 2000, there were 10,260 people, 4,178 households, and 2,778 families residing in the city. The population density was 2,140.4 people per square mile. There were 4,420 housing units at an average density of 922.1 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 97.57% white, 0.08% African American, 0.16% Native American, 1.39% Asian, 0.01% Pacific Islander, 0.10% from other races, and 0.69% from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 0.62% of the population. There were 4,178 households, out of which 31.6% had children under the age of 18 living with him, 50.7% were married couples living together, 12.1% had a female householder with no husband present, and 33.5% were non-families. 28.9% of all households were made up of individuals, and 12.3% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.39, and the average family size was 2.92. In the city, the population was spread out with 24.6% under the age of 18, 10.0% from 18 to 24, 28.9% from 25 to 44, 20.8% from 45 to 64, and 15.6% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 36 years. For every 100 females, there were 91.2 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 86.9 males. The median income for a household in the city was $38,029, and the median income for a family was $45,439. Males had a median income of $31,662 versus $24,605 for females. The per capita income for the city was $18,829. About 8.0% of families and 11.4% of the population were below the poverty line, including 15.2% of those under age 18 and 12.1% of those age 65 or over. Honda Motor Company operates an automobile manufacturing plant along Interstate 74 in Greensburg. The company purchased 1,700 acres at the northwest edge of Greensburg in 2006. It took about 16 months to develop the site and construct the massive auto assembly facility. Mass production of the Honda Civic sedan commenced at this plant on October 9, 2008. As of 2018, Honda Manufacturing of Indiana employs over 2,400 associates and produces the 10th generation Honda Civic, the 5th generation Honda CR-V, and the 3rd generation Honda Insight. The Acura ILX was also assembled at Honda Manufacturing of Indiana until 2015, when production of that model was transferred to Honda's plant in Marysville, Ohio. A number of other Greensburg businesses produce goods ranging from auto parts to faucets. Kroger's KB Specialty Foods plant is based in Greensburg and manufactures various baked goods, deli salads and other store brand products. In 2010, Delta Faucet consolidated machining activities, resulting in a workforce reduction at its Greensburg plant. Vallejo also holds a plant in Greensburg for their engine cooling division. Products produced in the Greensburg plant include radiators, charged air coolers, heat exchangers, etc. Greensburg is an incorporated city governed by a mayor and a 5-member city council. 4 of the 5 city council members are elected from separate districts within the city, while the 5th member is an at-large member who is elected by the entire community. The mayor, the city council, and the city's clerk-treasurer serve 4-year terms. Municipal elections are held in November of the year immediately preceding a presidential election. Greensburg has one school corporation, the Greensburg Community School Corporation. The school district has 3 buildings. Greensburg Elementary School, a state-of-the-art kindergarten through 5th grade facility that opened in 2004, has 1,000 students. Greensburg Community Junior High School, which opened in 1957 as the high school building, underwent major renovations in 2008. It is home to approximately 470 students in grades 6 to 8. Current enrollment at Greensburg Community High School is 630 students in grades 9 to 12. The current high school building opened in 1971 and underwent major renovations in the early 2000s. Greensburg Community High School is one of 6 members of the Eastern Indiana Athletic Conference. Greensburg is also home to one parochial school, St. Mary's School, which is a pre-K through 6th grade facility. St. Mary's acquired land at the south edge of the city in 2010 that will be the location of their new Catholic church and parochial school. In 2004, the Greensburg Community Learning Center opened in the former Rosenmond Elementary School, which was one of 3 primary schools that were closed when Greensburg Elementary School opened that year. Nearly 250 students attend a variety of post-secondary school classes at the Learning Center, for example, Purdue University's College of Technology. Ivy Tech Community College of Indiana also offers courses there. In 2005, the former Washington Elementary School was converted into a minimum security jail. In 2006, the former Billings Elementary School became City Hall. In 2013, Greensburg Community High School boys varsity basketball team became the ISA 3A boys basketball champs, beating Fort Wayne Concordia Lutheran High School in overtime with a score of 73-70. In 2014, Greensburg Community High School boys varsity basketball team became the repeat ISA 3A boys basketball champs, beating Bowman Academy with the score of 89-76. The town has a free lending library, the Greensburg Decatur County Public Library. Decatur County Memorial Hospital has served the community since 1922. The facility offers a full range of both inpatient and outpatient services, including 24/7 emergency services. Hyperbaric oxygen chambers are available in the Center for Wound Healing at DCMH, and the hospital was one of the first in the state to acquire a 128-slice CT scanner. The Hospital Foundation of Decatur County has served to provide financial support for the facility and its programs. Major capital campaigns in 1995 and 2003 helped fund significant growth in the facility. A vertical expansion will add 2 floors to the 2003 addition, including a new medical/surgical unit with all private rooms. In addition to the main campus, the hospital owns the Medical Arts Plaza at 955 North Michigan Avenue, Greensburg. The 40,000 square feet facility houses the Occupational Health Program, Workwell, and contains a lab, X-ray, and the Tree City Medical Partners physicians practice, as well as space for other physicians. Greensburg is located adjacent to Interstate 74, halfway between Indianapolis and Cincinnati. U.S. Highway 421 links Greensburg with Indianapolis to the north and Lexington, Kentucky, to the south. State Road 3 connects Greensburg with Muncie and Fort Wayne to the north and the Indiana suburbs of Louisville, Kentucky, to the south. State Road 46 links the community with Columbus, Bloomington, and Terre Haute to the west and Batesville to the east. Recently, a construction project, which has made going east on Interstate 74 from the ramp west of town possible, has been completed. Greensburg is a likely train stop on the proposed high-speed rail line between Indianapolis and Cincinnati. This line is part of the Midwest Regional Rail Initiative, which is the master plan for a high-speed rail network throughout the Midwestern United States. The Greensburg-Decatur County Airport consists of a single runway measuring 3,343 feet by 40 feet. There are tentative plans to either expand the current runway or build a new airport elsewhere in Decatur County. Indianapolis International Airport is located 59 miles from Greensburg, and Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport is located 66 miles away. Greensburg has one newspaper, the Greensburg Daily News, which is published Mondays through Saturdays. The paper is owned by Community Newspaper Holdings Incorporated. Greensburg is also home to 1330 AM 104.3 FM WTRE, a locally owned and operated 500-watt AM/FM radio station that plays country music, local news, and local sports from area high schools. Climate is characterized by relatively high temperatures and evenly distributed precipitation throughout the year. Temperatures are high and can lead to warm, oppressive nights. Summers are usually somewhat wetter than winters, with much of the rainfall coming from convectional thunderstorm activity. The Köppen climate classification subtype for this climate is CFA. Classification subtype for this climate is CFA. Classification